What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I hope you're having a absolutely amazing day so far. Thank you for joining me for another video today. I am bringing back something that I did a little bit ago, and I should probably do a lot more, and that is reading your comments, guys. This is something I'm going to try to bring back at least once a week, or if not once a week, every other week, because I think this is something that I should do a lot more of, and answering your comments, not just in the comment section, but on video, because I think a lot of the questions that I get asked are things that other players are asking the same thing. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity for me to answer your questions. And of course, guys, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. Any Fallout 76 questions you have, most likely there'll be somebody in the Discord that'll be able to answer them for you in there. Go ahead and join the Discord and join a faction. We have a little faction system going on. It's a lot of fun. Anyways, let's roll into the video. Let's waste no time. Alright, guys, up first, this is a question from the video I actually uploaded late last night. Is there a catch on the cryo freezer? Is it every food and drink that spoils? It also makes regular Nuka-Cola ice cold. How much can it hold at a time? Can you leave everything in it until you want, so you don't have to worry about carrying around all food and drinks? Does it affect storage weights? So many questions. Ha 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 ha. First off, amazing comment right here, because this is a comment that not a lot of people know the answer to. The first thing I'm gonna do is eliminate one of your questions. I've never heard of anything about making Nuka-Cola ice cold. I think that was just on the store for the advertisement, because it says Nuka-Cola on the side. It doesn't do anything to Nuka-Cola. You could probably put your Nuka-Cola in there if you want, but it doesn't spoil, so it kind of defeats the purpose of even putting it in there. If that is something, I've never heard of it. I'm 99.99% sure it doesn't do anything to Nuka-Cola. How much can it hold at a time? It does have 50 storage spots, and it does share the same weight as your stash box, so keep that in mind. You can't load up on weight in there and then expect that weight to be free in your stash. It does share the weight with your stash. Think of it more as it's like your vendor, and it shares the same weight as your stash, but it's not technically in your stash. It's in a different area, but you can still access it from any stash box. That's the one thing I do enjoy about the cryo freezer, is if I do have a piece of meat that is frozen in the cryo freezer that I need, I can pop my survival tent, and I can actually just open my stash box there, and I can pull from it from my stash box. So that's extremely useful. Now, the catch is the food does reduce to a 0% spoilage rate, so the food's not going to spoil. I have noticed that if you have food in there for like a few weeks, and like if you're let's say you AFK farm like meat week, and you just leave your Xbox or PlayStation or PC on, and you have your character spinning, I have noticed that the items will eventually spoil over the course of like 2 weeks. It takes time, but they are not going to spoil fast at all. It could be from my camp actually being destroyed, which causes them to spoil because the cryo freezer was destroyed, so that would technically move them to the stash box. So that could be a factor. That could be a factor in there, but I have noticed food has spoiled in my cryo freezer before. But it's probably from something at my camp being destroyed, if I'm being honest. Really, there is no catch. Anything you store in there, it does reduce the spoil rate to 0%. Up next, guys, this is a comment from a video a little bit ago, one of my tips videos I had. Number one tip for new players: don't run bloody build. You will die consistently. So I'm going to add to this, because I do see a lot of people starting to question the bloody build. I don't recommend running the bloody build till you're past level 50 and you can really choose the perks you want. The bloody build does require a lot of working pieces, like you need nerd rage, radicule really helps your carry weight, and you obviously need the correct mutations for your bloody build as well. So for a newer player, I would steer clear of the bloody build until you have everything at hand that you need. For example, I didn't actually start running a bloody build till I passed level 100. And really, the reason I did that is because I was a full health build, and I really didn't understand the catch of the bloody build until I started running it, and I had a lot of fun, and that's what I run now because it's my favorite build in the game. But that's also because like I didn't want to run it until I knew I had everything I needed for it, including the correct armor and weapons. So yeah, I would say the bloody build's not, although it might be like a current meta, I guess you can say, I would say it's not necessarily, especially with like the ghoul expansion stuff coming out in, I think it was January or early 2025. I would maybe steer clear of the bloody path if you're a new player. See what other builds you can do until you really want to dive headfirst into the bloody, into the until you really want to dive headfirst into the Bloody build, because it is one that you really have to commit to. Up next, guys, this is going to be a question about the scoreboard, and it is going to be a question is how do you progress faster after rank 100? So this is a question that I get quite a bit on anytime I talk about the scoreboard, whether it's on stream, whether it's in a video. People always ask this. Everybody gets different answers. I would say there really isn't a really fast way to rank past level 100. Honestly, the only way you can really rank past level 100 is your dailies and weekly challenges, because there's no more XP scoreboard boost, unfortunately. The best thing you can do is probably knock out the regular scoreboard, so that repeatable XP, as fast as possible, and then allow yourself more time to progress after rank 100. I did a horrible job of doing that. I think I'm at rank 90 right now, but I should be much higher if I wanted to take advantage of the entire season, which we still have about a month and a half of so far. So yeah, really the only thing you can do to rank up faster is going to be the dailies and weeklies. Maybe keep an eye out for a double score weekend, which does only work on the dailies, and score boosters. Honestly, that's the only answer I have for that. It's tough once you pass level 100. You really have to grind for it. So this is one I kind of was just talking about, and it's actually funny that that was the next question I had lined up. How many days are left in the season? So the season does end early September. I think it's the first week of September. Let me actually get you the exact answer. Alright, when looking at the community calendar, it looks like season 18 might start around like September 5th. So I'm just going to say the first week of September is probably when you want to be done with the scoreboard. Just be done by the first week of September. So you still have quite a bit of time left to actually get the items you want off of the scoreboard. Alright guys, speaking of the scoreboard, here's one that I've been getting a lot of. The new scoreboard system sucks. Day 1 of the new season's pass, I completely agreed with this. But the main reason why isn't probably the reason you're thinking. And the reason why I said the new scoreboard sucks on day 1 is because I miss the old scoreboard. The actual like poster that you get for completing the scoreboard. The giant picture you can hang in your camp that says, hey, I completed the scoreboard. I miss that, and honestly, that's really it. Also, I missed that the old scoreboards used to not get me copyrighted on my videos, but now I just know to mute the new scoreboard music. But that's a conversation for another day. That's something that is a little personal. But no, I have pros and cons about it. I will say one great thing about it is you can kind of choose the items you want, but I found myself this season not really choosing anything on the scoreboard besides like atoms or legendary script or modules. Like I'm skipping everything else, and I'm trying to choose random items, but like I'm stockpiling tickets to just get that repeatable items at towards the end, so I can just max out my perk coin and things like that. So like, yeah, no, I agree, but at the same time I disagree. It's kind of a hard one. Let me know what you guys think of the new scoreboard system in the comment section down below. Alright guys, moving on. If you sell rare items, make sure it's within a reachable market price. Pepper Shaker plans, 2,000 caps would be max. Selling items too high is a turn off. People will not support you. I put this comment in here because I like to have comments to where I can speak my opinion on, and this is going to be one of those. 2,000 caps for a rare plan really isn't that expensive. I know for newer players, caps are more valuable. If it's a rare plan, it's something that is steered more towards the hardcore players. Like a Pepper Shaker is a rarer plan because it's only around for meat week, because you can only get it during that event. It's going to be expensive. 2,000 caps is extremely cheap. I actually sold all mine at my camp for cheap. And what I meant by cheap is I put them up for 8,500 and they sold within an hour of being in that lobby when meat week ended, which I lowballed that. They could have gone for more. I've heard of them going for less, but at the time they could have gone for more. The rare plans really have high price ranges, and that's what makes them so rare. So I don't think it's necessarily a turn off and people won't support you. I think it depends on the items that you have up for sale. Like if it's something extremely rare that you can only get from a certain event, like the Alien Disintegrator, you can only get from the Invaders from Beyond event. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty pricey plan. But if it's something like the stupid trash can I see in everybody's camp that they're trying to sell for 6,000 caps, no one's going to buy your large toolbox for 6,000 caps, guys. Let's lower it down. Or the alien operating bed that I've seen go for a double, like, oh my gosh, like in the teens, thousands caps. Like I've seen it up for like 15,000 caps. No one's going to pay that for an alien operating bed. I mean, maybe they do. As far as I'm aware, I've never sold anything for that high, so I agree with this, but at the same time, I think the max caps is different for you because I'm assuming, this is just me assuming, that you're a lower level player and caps are harder to come by. 2,000 caps is not a lot of caps at all if you actually know how to. Not saying you don't know how to know it, but like there's a way you can get 1,400 caps a day. Actually, I have a video prior of maxing out your caps for 1,400, like maxing out your vendors every day to get 1,400 caps. That is something you could do. So 2,000 caps would be not even 2 full days of getting on the game for me. So I'm going to disagree with this one when you say 2,000 would be cap or would be max. I'm going to disagree with that. But at the same time, I think the regular plans, there should be a cap on. The rare plans, I believe they should be sold for a high price, and it really depends on the rarity of the plan. Whew. I kind of went in a little long on that one, but hopefully you guys get what I was trying to say with that. And that's going to bring me to my next one. So this is a comment that I've been asked multiple times, and I've brought it up multiple times in many videos and comments, and even on stream a few times. Will you please post a video of what prices you should sell your event items for? I've been trying to do research for this. The only problem is with this one is I'm having a hard time finding a consistent price that event items sell for. And the main reason is because some players that are newer don't realize the event prices are what they are. So they pop them up for like 800 caps, because 800 caps when you're a level 25 is an extremely high amount of caps. But when you're like me and you're almost level 400 and you have mini plans and you stockpiled like weenie wagon plans, you can sell the weenie wagon for basically whatever you want because it's not coming back anytime soon. So that's a lot of fun. I'm working on this video. It's coming. I know it's been a while since I said I was going to. My research on the video was kind of halted mainly because I haven't had a good time finding results. They've been mixed. So I'm really working on this, though. I'm hoping to bring this to you in the next week or so. So keep your eyes posted for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed with notifications on so you know when that video comes out. Thank you again for the comment, though. I do appreciate it. Alright, and this is another comment I put in here because I like to have these conversations. My advice is don't play for Fallout first. The devs don't deserve to be rewarded for such an unpleasantly bugged game. The first thing I'm going to say, as somebody who played Fallout at launch, the game is 600 times less buggier than it was at launch. With that being said, it's still a very buggy game. The unfortunate truth of the current life cycle of video games is almost every video game that gets released nowadays is buggy. And it's unfortunate because I miss the times to where when video games came out, they had to be absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, they're just buggy now, and it sucks. Now I'm going to talk about the first part. The whole devs don't deserve to be rewarded. The in-game transactions don't necessarily go to the devs. They're going to go to Bethesda as a whole and feed that massive company that just benefits off of this stuff. The devs are going to get paid regardless of if you buy the in-game transactions or not. They don't get a cut of like Fallout First or anything like that. As far as I'm aware, I'm sure it just goes to Bethesda. They still get their regular paycheck. My advice for Fallout First is this. I've said this before, and I know I had some people debating about it. I actually had a comment. I tried to look for that comment for this video. It was like, why pay $11.99 for Fallout First when I can go and buy a sub at a sub shop for $11.99 and be just as happy? In my opinion, if you're like me and it's your favorite video game and you play Fallout all the time and it's something you enjoy, get Fallout First. Do it. Let it be your thing. It'd be the same as like subscribing to like a streaming service. Like if you subscribe to like Disney Plus, it's because you like the content they put on Disney Plus. Me personally, I'm paying the $11.99 because I like the content that's on Fallout 76 and I play it all the time and I like the benefits that Fallout First has. If you're a newer player and you really don't play the game, don't get Fallout First. That's my advice. If you're a hardcore player and you really like enjoy the game and you want those extra benefits, get Fallout First. It's not for everybody. It's a little thing. It's like when you subscribe to somebody on Twitch, you're not going to subscribe to a channel that you're only going to watch one time. You're most likely going to subscribe to a channel that you visit every day or every week, or somebody you want to support. So when you come by their channel, you want to support them. And so it's really it's hard to say. My advice for anybody who sees this is, if you enjoy the game and you want the benefits of Fallout First, pay for it. If you play the game and you don't want to pay for it, don't pay for it. Yes, there's little added benefits, but honestly, the game is playable with or without Fallout First. It's completely your decision. That's just my take on that. I wanted to put this in here because a lot of people have been asking me, do I need Fallout First to play the game? No, you don't. It does give you a little bit of benefits, but again, a lot of things are obtainable around Fallout First. Yeah, they're going to be a headache to get to, but you can definitely get to them if you are willing to put the time in. I have Fallout First because I play Fallout almost every day when I do play my video games, and it's just something I enjoy. I also like the items I get for the Atomic Shop once a month because I'm going to spend that money anyways on Atomic Shop items because it's what I do. So, and this is all objective to what your opinion is on the game. So, yeah. Alright, and I purposely saved this comment for last because this is going to do some explaining. This is not the first time I've received this comment recently. This is from 4 weeks ago. What's Bloodied mean? So, I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory on why my name is Bloodied. Before I do that, I'm going to thank you guys for 5,800 subscribers. That is an insane number. Thank you so much. I wanted to thank you for that because this is going to be a little bit of my dive into YouTube so you guys can kind of understand me a little bit more. I started making content on YouTube a long time ago. I'm talking about the year Black Ops 2 released was when I uploaded my first YouTube video to my other channel, actually Bloodied HC. All my old videos are still on that channel. You're going to see it in the outro. That is actually my second channel. I am actually going to be uploading sports content to that channel again. So I'm going to have 2 channels for you guys. So be sure to subscribe to that if you want to check out some sports content, or if you just want to hang out with me a little bit more, because I will be posting over there as well. But anyways, my original name when I started YouTube wasn't Blad. It was Demonic Ducky. As you can tell, the issue I had with Demonic Ducky is it sounds like I'm either like a 12-year-old kid on Xbox, or I am like one of those comedian YouTubers like a Vanoss or something like that who's just trying to be funny. That wasn't necessarily the case, so I had to come up with a change. At the time, I only played a game called NHL, and I played the hell out of it. That was the only game I played because that was my favorite game at the time. When I played the game, me and my buddies actually started a fantasy hockey league. And one of the rules we had of the fantasy hockey league was you had to have a good fantasy team name. You had to have a good fantasy team name. And I wanted one that represents my favorite team. You know, the Stanley Cup winning Florida Panthers. I grew up in South Florida, for those of you who don't know, so I've been a Panthers fan since I was a little baby. Actually, I've showed stream before. I actually have a framed newspaper of me as a little baby dressed up in Florida Panthers gear, and I actually have my toddler jersey signed by the team. Story for another day. But I came up with the name Not Too Blad 5, and that's actually still my gamer tag on Xbox. The reason why I came to Not Too Blad 5, because when I made that name, that was the year the Florida Panthers drafted, and this is going to show you how long ago I've been creating content on YouTube. The Florida Panthers drafted a prospect first overall named Aaron Ekblad. And I was like, that's it. My fantasy team name is going to be Not Too Blad 5 because he wore jersey number 5. So I was like, that's it. Not Too Blad 5. That's it. That's my name. Let's go. And I rode with that as my name on YouTube and on Xbox for quite a while. And then eventually I decided to drop the 5 and drop the Not Too. And the reason why I dropped the 5 is because the 5 makes it look like it says Blade and not Blad. So I dropped the 5 because a lot of people would call me Not Too Blade. And Blade, it's become a meme around the community, honestly, when people want me to be like, hey, that's not my name. They call me Blade because it's funny. I feed into it a little bit. It's funny, let's be honest. But I dropped the not 2 and the 5 and just became Blad. Well, because Blad is only 4 letters long, a lot of places don't allow you to have it as a username because most places have a minimum character requirement of 5. So I thought it would be funny to add another D on it. So when people ask me what my name is, I can say Blad. And they're like, Blad? And I can say B-L-A-D-D. Because for some reason, at the time of me making that, I was 20 and I thought it was hilarious. So, yeah, and now here I am at 27 and I go by Blad, or Bloodied as some people call me. So, that's what Blad means. That's the origin of Blad. It really doesn't have a meaning in general, but it's just become my name. And honestly, I even have people at work that call me Bloodied sometimes just to get my attention and to get me to have a good laugh, and I respond to it. Like, it just happens like that. Like, I chose this name when I was 20 because it was funny, because it was double D, and when I was on Twitch I'd be like, oh, this is hilarious. But now that I'm 27, I'm like, hey, I'm sticking with it. That's my brand, that's my name, I respect it, I'm keeping with it. So yeah, that's where Blad came from. Thank you for that comment. That is an amazing comment, and I actually can't believe that I haven't had a like exclamation of why that is actually my name. That's honestly kind of crazy, but yeah, that's my name, guys. That explains Blad. Guys, if you made it this far in the video, press that like button down below. Any questions you guys have and want answered in next week's installment of answer in your comment section. Any questions you guys have and you want to be featured and answer in your comments, please comment them down below. It could be anything about Fallout, could be anything about me, anything about channels in general. Just put it in the comment section down below, guys. Thank you so much for all the support. Again, 5,800 subscribers is an absolutely insane number to me. Literally, I used to upload videos to get 5 views and I would be stoked. So when I see videos get thousands and thousands of views, I just can't believe it. I can't thank you guys enough. I know I don't want to be that guy who overthanks you, but I generally, like, am really, really thankful for all the support. Guys, join the Discord if you're not already in there. And as always, guys, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.